What is your American dream?
My American dream is for everyone to have access to safety and stability and security.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias in parts unknown. Are we back, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias?
We are back.
Where is Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias? Ian? There he is. We are back. Do you have I don't hear you very well, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Can you not hear me very well?
I do not hear you very well. I don't know if everybody else hears you very well, but I do not hear you.
Ask them.
What?
We should ask the squad if they can.
There's a squad here, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, because it sounds like I could barely hear you, and I have the volume all the way up on my thing.
Oh, no.
Yes. Can you get closer to your microphone, perhaps?
Then that means I'm going to get closer to the screen.
No, that doesn't help at all. Damn.
It doesn't help.
No, damn. Does the squad? Yep, Dawn Harriet's saying you're low. Dawn Harriet's hearing what I'm hearing.
How about now?
Nope, it's a damn still.
It's a damn.
It's a damn. And I wanted to do a whole song. I had a whole song in my head about we're back, but I'm not going to do it now.
I want to hear it.
Maybe another time. Maybe another time. We are back, we are back, we are back, back. That's it. All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias in parts unknown. What parts are you in right now?
I'm in Harlem.
You're in Harlem?
Yes.
All right. And how was your New Year's?
The New Year's was great.
Yeah?
I got to spend it with the family.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful.
I've never partied for New Year's.
You don't party for New Year's? You just all just sit around the living room and laugh with the family.
And watch all the New Year's shows.
Yes. Oh, very nice. You know, because I think everybody needs a day off at least once a year. So that's your 1 day off from partying, right? The other 364 days.
The way I see it is, I party all throughout the year. So I'd rather bring in the new year with people that I love and that love me.
By the way, Denisha Joseph has a technical direction for Jonathan to perhaps she has a good thought that perhaps to fix your microphone, she feels that you should eat your microphone.
Eat it.
Eat it, right. Denisha feels that if you eat the microphone, we should all be able to hear you a lot better.
All right, I'm going to try that, but you might hear some other sounds.
like a hungry stomach, right? Like a growling stomach?
Yes.
I thought your stomach was full with pizza, but maybe not. Let's say hello to the squad, Yo-Yo. Let's say hello to the squad. Jessica Levy, Joel, squad up. How are you? Dip Fab, Cake Affairs, squad up. Alicia Stone, Happy New Year. Dawn Harriet, how are you? And Overcomer, saying squad up and Happy New Year to everybody. It's Apple Pie. How are you? And squad up, Dembasau. Squad up, Darsh Singh, Happy New Year. Denisha Joseph, Jessica Lemi, Joel. Georgian Orr, Happy New Year. How are you? Stargirl, how are you? Let's see what's going on YouTube. Westman, Alicia Stone, squad up. Africana Sage saying, hey, Brad, squad. Shan Smith, Jessica Lemi, double fisting. Susie Q Mac, Earth Angel Pert, Happy New Year. Daryl Winneba is ready to go. Sola Fabuano and Dane Lewis. I can't get to everybody. O'Neill Law, squad up to you all. And of course, we have to do a pre-schmooze immigration question. Today's pre-schmooze immigration question comes from, on YouTube, Tunde Abood. And he asks, hi, Brad. Can I file an I-130 petition for my child abroad without their passport because their passport's still pending, or I have to wait for the passport before filing for them? You do not need a passport to file for your child. You don't need your passport. You don't need your child's passport. All you need is proof you're a citizen or a resident, which could be your green card or your naturalization certificate, and proof that this person's your child, this human being's your child, which is his or her birth certificate. After that, that's all you need to file the I-130. You will need a valid passport when that child goes to the U.S. Embassy down the line. So file, don't wait on the passport because you want to establish your priority date. All right, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, I have an idea for you.
What's up?
You have to come back to me. There we go. Yeah, when you talk like this the entire show, like this, and maybe people will hear you.
Look, I actually have another mic I wanted to try out.
Try out the new mic.
Let's see.
Try that out.
Oh man.
Oh man. Who's buying your equipment out over there?
Actually, never mind.
Never mind. He's not trying out a new mic.
No,
Jonathan ate the mic thinking it was a pizza.
How about if I yell like this? Is this a lot better?
Yes, yell as loud as you can.
I'm gonna be like Brad.
Yeah, maybe like drop something on your toe, and have like a lot of pain, and go, and you'll be screaming the whole entire show.
I'm gonna scream the entire show. My neighbors are gonna probably be like, "What the heck is going on?" But I'm gonna do it.
You do it.
For you guys.
You do it for the. Don't do it for me. I don't want you to do it for me.
Squad.
Do it for the squad. All right.
I'm doing it. Do I look crazy though?
Yes, you do. And I'm sure your neighbors will think you're crazy too.
It's okay. Well,
wait, louder please. Louder please. Say it's okay louder. Louder than that. Come on. You can do it.
All right, squad.
Yeah, we're going to get Yo-Yo screaming. I want the whole squad. Even if you do hear Yo-Yo, say you don't hear him. Let's see how loud we can make Yo-Yo yell today.
I'm really going to do it like this.
Yes, you have to. It's the only way people will hear you. Nobody can hear you otherwise.
All right.
Let's do it.
Do it like this.
Okay.
All right, squad. You already know what time it is. I need you guys all to share right now because we're about to start schmoozing with Brad, talking headlines, including what's next for President Biden's Build Back Better plan and the safety net programs that would affect the lives of millions of U.S. citizens and immigrants alike. And of course, y'all, it is Fuzzy Monday, so I need y'all to grab onto your seat for some amazing stories about our furry friends, including a viral video showing an orangutan driving a golf cart better than most humans can. Because it's wild. Probably better than my sister can drive.
Wow, don't. I hope she's not watching. Probably better than a lot of people could drive. I haven't seen the video, so I'll. It's funny. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, and by the way, there's a number scrolling at the bottom of your screen. That number is 1-800-529-5465. Hint, hint, we're going to be taking your immigration questions in about 25 minutes from now. If you call right now, you will get on our show. We have about 6 open lines still, 6 more people we can get in the queue to answer your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. International, we can take calls from all over the world. If you can't dial a 1-800 number from where you are, you can always dial +1 212-227-8933. It is also the same telephone number to get on our show. And later in the show, we're going to take a trip to the New York City Lantern Festival, where a student from China has brought beautiful lantern displays to the New York area in order to celebrate the New Year. All right, Yo-Yo.
Yes, sir.
I hear you better a little bit now. I have in my hand the top 781 news stories for the last 3 weeks we've been off the air. Okay, I could literally fan myself with these cards. If I were to read everything on these cards, we would be here till 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh gosh.
I'll have to pick and choose. I will have to
All right,
pick and
we got a
choose.
lot to choose from.
I do have a lot to pick and choose from. You ready for schmoozing?
Let's schmooze.
Let's do it. All right, so the big news that everybody wants to know is what's going to happen with immigration reform. We need to, everybody wants to know, is there going to be the amnesty? Is it going to be, who's going to get the amnesty? Is it going to be amnesty for dreamers? Is it amnesty for people in TPS? Is it going to be Plan B, which is roll up the Registry Act till January 1st, 2011? Is it Plan C, which passed the House of Representatives, which is to give people parole in place, which would allow them to have a work permit and travel if they were here on or before January 1st, 2011. It would legalize, they say, approximately 6 million people on a temporary basis. It's not getting a green card, but certainly better than nothing. Whatever ends up, the House has passed the Build Back Better plan. The Senate, they were supposed to pass it in November. They were supposed to pass it in December. We're now in January. Still hasn't been passed yet. We don't know. We know the parliamentarian has said that the Plan C violates the parliamentary laws of the Senate, as well as Plan B and A. Are the Democratic senators going to overrule the parliamentarian? Are they even going to come to a vote on the Build Back Better plan? All of this is whatever is voted on in the Senate is going to end up going back to the House, because the Senate, if it does ever pass anything, is not going to pass exactly what the House passed. So whatever the Senate passes is going to end up going back to the House to pass a duplicate bill of what the Senate passes. It's all resting on one guy. That guy is Joe Manchin, the senator from West Virginia. He is a Democrat, but for all intensive purposes, in his political thinking, the man's a Republican. He has dwindled down the Build Back Better plan from over a $3 billion plan. He agreed in November with Joe Biden in Joe Biden's home in Delaware that he would agree to a $1.75 trillion plan. I said billion, trillion dollar plan. He has now reneged on that promise. You need all 50 Democratic senators to pass this. And whatever does pass, we are hoping will still include some form of immigration reform. We don't even know if, assuming Joe Manchin comes on board, assuming he does, what the immigration portion will look like. Because then you have to get all 50 senators to agree to overrule the parliamentarian. Now, Manchin, the reason why he doesn't want to vote for all of this is because the United States at this moment in time is having a big inflationary situation going on. And you don't need statistics to tell people things are more expensive now, and things are getting more and more expensive. And I'm not an economist. I don't pretend to be an economist, but from what you read is if government prints money, causes prices to raise. So Manchin, that's his issue. His issue is that he thinks that by passing this additional $1.75 trillion in spending, that it is going to cause an inflationary reaction in the U.S. economy. Now, a majority of the legislation, however, is paid for with new tax increases on corporations and the wealthy. So Manchin is saying we're printing money, but the reality is if Joe Manchin actually read the laws, we're not printing money. They're taking money from corporations. They're taking money from wealthy people. This is myself. My taxes will go up. And they're giving it to people who need it. And they're giving it to people who are not doing as well as wealthy people. And that allows them to pull themselves up, and that allows them to give them an opportunity at the American dream as well. So we will see what happens. The spokesperson for President Biden, her name is Jen Psaki. She says, we're getting into specifics here. She says the Congressional Budget Office reports that the senator cites analyzed an unfunded extension of Build Back Better. The most recent Congressional Budget Office score speculates on the cost of Biden's bill if various provisions became permanent. These provisions are not going to be permanent. They're a 5-year period, and therefore it should not be as inflationary as everybody is trying to make it out to be, the Republicans and Manchin, because literally all you're doing is taking money from one hand, which is large corporations with lots of money and wealthy people with lots of money, and putting it in the hands of people who are less fortunate. That's just moving money from one account to another account. That's not printing money. That's moving money from one hand to the other. That in of itself is not inflationary, because all you're doing is saying, instead of the corporations and wealthy people, you spend this money, people in need are going to spend the money instead. It's the same money. So nothing new is going into the economy that would actually make it more inflationary. So here are some, by the way, here are some, and that's by the way, Uncle Brad's economic lesson of the day. It's only inflationary if you actually print more money. If you just take money from one person and give it to somebody else, it's not that inflationary.
So wait, how does he not know this?
What? He does know this. He's not dumb. He does know this. I mean, do you understand the concept? If you're printing money, then you're making the value of your money less because you've given more money out to people. Okay? Right. But if you're literally taking money from Brad, I'm a wealthy person, my taxes will go up, and instead of Brad spending the money, Joe on Main Street spends my money. The little money that my taxes go up. They're not taking all my money, taking a little more of it. I have no problem with that. And so it's, instead of me spending it, Joe's spending it. And you know what Joe's spending it on? Joe's going to spend it on food for his family.
Essentials, right.
Okay, unless you're this Joe. This Joe has a boat. But, the general Joe needs it for survival. All right? So I go to a restaurant one less time. Won't kill me. Right? So I have one less fancy meal. Won't kill me. All right? The safety nets that this is allowing people to survive include the enhanced child tax credit. The current version of Build Back Better would have continued this enhanced child tax credit. It is set to expire last month. It gives $300 per child to more than 36 million families. $300 a month per child. You have a family, okay? You're making ends meet. You have a job, okay? You live paycheck to paycheck. You got 2 kids, 3 kids. That's $900 a month. That's money being held now by wealthy people. It's money being held by big corporations. Don't you think people who are making a paycheck to paycheck could deserve a couple $100 more for their kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen testifying on what this Biden policy has done. Let's hear what she has to say. That's not what she had to say. Let's hear what she had to say.
The American Rescue Plan's expanded child tax credit has been sent out every month since July, putting about $77 billion in the pockets of families of more than 61 million children. Families are using these funds for essential needs like food, and in fact, according to the Census Bureau, food insecurity among families with children dropped 24% after the July payments, which is a profound economic and moral victory for the country.
You know, in the end, Jonathan, I understand the argument that if what this is going to do causes inflation, inflation is a tax on everybody. Because you know how inflation taxes you? Because it taxes you because your money's worth less. It's the same as taking a tax from you. Okay? So when you have inflation go up, your $10, maybe if inflation's going up 10, 15% a year, which potentially the United States is right now at about 6%, 7%, okay? Your, 6% of $10 is $10.60. I don't know how to do the math backwards, but your $10 today at 6% inflation may be only worth $9.50 in a year from now. So it's a tax on you. Inflation taxes you. So I understand when people say they don't want to do things that cause inflation because it taxes everybody. Poor, middle class, rich, inflation don't care. Black, white, yellow, green, purple people, taxes everybody. Never met a purple person. Be interesting to meet a purple person. But you get the idea. Okay? Yes. So I understand that. But here's a situation where you're not printing money, you're not causing more inflation. You're just taking money from one person and giving it to somebody else. So instead of person A spending the money, person B is spending the money. Or instead of corporation A spending the money, person A is spending the money. But that's not an inflationary economic policy because you're just moving money from one person to another. You're not printing more money.
Maybe he doesn't like the idea of his taxes going up.
Well, it's very possible. We're going to get to that in a second. Okay? Don't think for a minute that politicians vote for legislation. Donald Trump, okay, made huge tax cut. Who did he make the biggest tax cut for? Who? People who own real estate. What does Donald Trump own? Real estate. Okay, he didn't make a tax cut for lawyers. He didn't make a tax cut for actors in commercials. He didn't make a tax cut for TriCaster operators. He made a tax cut for people in real estate.
To me, that's abusing your power.
Of course. Of course it is.
For the people, not just for yourself.
And by the way, just quickly, it's children's nutrition, child care, Affordable Care Act, Medicaid coverage for people, Medicare hearing benefits, earned income tax credits, home health care, drug price reductions, paid family sick leave, Pell Grants, affordable housing, taxes to fight climate. I mean, I could go on and on. As I said, we could spend hours on this. But you want to know what the problem with Joe Manchin is? He owns a coal mine in West Virginia. Yes, he owns a coal mine in West Virginia. And this is going to tax coal. This entire, because coal is a dirty energy, is an energy that produces dirty gases into the atmosphere. So the idea is to tax energy that causes pollution and to promote energy that doesn't cause pollution. And that's not good for Joe Manchin's business. So when Manchin announced his opposition, citing concerns about the pandemic, inflation, geopolitical uncertainty, he also pointed to concerns about the legislation in West Virginia. He said, I've always said if I can't go back home and explain it, I can't vote for it. But the next day, the United Mine Workers of America, which is the largest union, coal mining union in the United States, certainly in West Virginia, said that they support Build Back America. And in the 131-year-old UMWA, which is the United Mine Workers of America, called out several items that it believes are crucial to its members, including extending the fee paid by coal companies to fund benefits received by victims of black lung. Black lung is, the lung disease they get from working in the coal mines. And, you know, the legislation also is going to affect, as I said, Senator Joe Manchin's family business, because he makes millions of dollars, Manchin, by taking waste coal from long-abandoned mines and selling it to power plants. And a key part of President Biden's climate agenda includes a $150 billion plan to push coal plants towards clean energy. And that's not good for business for Joe Manchin. What's good for business for Joe Manchin is coal, get the coal out of the mines, pollute the atmosphere. He doesn't care about his grandchildren or great-grandchildren. He'll be dead as long as he has his money now.
Exactly.
So that's what's going on. And why this is so important, is not only the fate of all Americans, you know, on what's going to happen with, you know, having a social safety net, but also the fate of immigrants, millions and millions of immigrants, all in the hands of this one guy because he owns a coal mine.
That's crazy.
Think about it, because the man owns a coal mine.
Yeah. I had a feeling, too. I was like, I feel like he's trying to protect himself, because at this point, it's like...
Yeah, I know. I don't know where this came from. I have this weird... There we go. So, meanwhile, we got to get moving here. There's a lot to talk about.
A lot.
We'll talk about the rest tomorrow. Let's get to Fuzzy Monday. How's that?
All right.
All right, you want to do some Fuzzy Monday?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get fuzzy.
We have some fuzziness. Gotta get, we started so late, we have so much to do. I need to go through my John Hopkins coronavirus statistics today. You know we started late when I don't even get to go to John Hopkins coronavirus statistics, and we go right to Fuzzy Monday.
Right to fuzzy Monday.
All right. Meanwhile, did you see, you've seen all of this, I think, right? I haven't.
I've seen every single one.
I have not. This is news to me. Why do you get like a sneak preview and I don't? That's completely unfair. But nobody shows me anything. Cam Landry. He was laying unconscious. This goes to Fuzzy. Don't worry. We'll get to it. Of course, look what happens. Of course. Par for the course. Par for the course here. 1 second. You go entertain people. 1 second, Yo-Yo.
All right,
just entertain them for... Sing to them or something, okay?
Yeah, it's the first. Yeah,
I'm
okay,
already
guys.
back, Yo-Yo.
Oh. I didn't have to entertain too long.
So,
You
you didn't have to entertain him for that long. So anyway, this guy, Cam Landry, he was laying unconscious. And it's going to become fuzzy in a second, because everyone's like, what kind of fuzzy story is this? Some guy lying unconscious, right? He was laying unconscious in the snowy woods near his battered pickup after a rollover crash. Yes, this will become fuzzy, I promise you. His car crashed, rolled over. He fell out of the car, laying smack cold in the snow. His dog, Tinsley, ran off into the icy Vermont night and returned with help, almost like Lassie. The authorities and local media are now calling the 1-year-old Shiloh Shepherd as a real-life Lassie for her actions on Monday, January 3rd. Rescuers said they would never have spotted Landry and his seriously injured passenger if not for Tinsley the dog. They credited Tinsley with preventing a terrible night from becoming a lot worse for Landry and this passenger. The Vermont State Police said Landry, 31, was intoxicated, cited him for driving while under the influence. He's cooperating with the investigation, but Tinsley, the dog, saved his life. Do we have a picture of Tinsley? I hope we do. We have Tinsley somewhere? There's Tinsley. Now we're getting fuzzy. He spoke with gratitude about Tinsley in a phone interview with the New York Times. Said she's my guardian. So Tinsley, this dog, saved the day.
That's the owner.
That's the owner. That's the guy who was laying flat out, cold, drunk in the snow. Tinsley's like, man, I gotta save this guy's drunk ass, right? But look at that crash. Actually, that's a pretty serious crash. That is a very, very serious crash.
Imagine that.
That's it.
That crash.
Can you imagine how smart that dog was to go get help?
Wow.
Yeah. So after the crash around 10 o'clock, Tinsley crossed into New Hampshire. It was a mile or so from the place of the crash and led the authorities back into Vermont to the wreck. Now, how did the authorities know that that there was a wreck? How did the authorities speak dog? What do you think Tinsley was doing? Like jumping up and down? How did the authorities know to here, come follow me? Right? Woof, woof. How do the authorities know this? Number 7, I'm told, this is how the authorities figured it out. As the first officers were simply trying to catch Tinsley to get her out of traffic. Oh, Tinsley was on the street to get her out of traffic on Interstate 89 after a driver reported a dog running loose. She kept running north, slowing occasionally to keep the officers close behind. So instead of running away, she allowed the officers to chase her, but not catch her. And she led the officers directly to the crash. It's a real life Lassie story. She's a real hero. That's a great dog.
Wow.
I wish I had a dog like that.
What kind of treat she got once the owner...
No, T-Bone would not have done it. Jill's like, T-Bone would have just rolled over in the snow and taken a nap and left me there. T-Bone's like, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. Maybe I'll go tomorrow and find help.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, researchers at the University of Alaska have discovered that hamsters are the heavyweight drinking champions of the animal world. Yes. UK Dr. Tam Lawton recently tweeted in a viral thread about the raucous alcoholic rodents. They love it so much they prefer to drink 15% ethanol instead of water and can tolerate relative huge quantities that would kill a human. He was referencing studies conducted by Gwen Lufer, a psychologist at the University of Alaska, who found that these hairy drinkers can imbibe 18 grams per kilogram of body weight a day.
Where are they getting the alcohol?
Where are they getting the idea to feed the alcohol to a hamster? Who came up with that idea as a scientific study?
And then, for them to be the heavyweights of the animal kingdom, does that mean that they test other animals too?
They've tested other animals. And apparently the hamster is the heavyweight champion of alcoholics in the animal world. In the wild, they've been known to hoard ryegrass seeds and fruit that allows them to ferment over the winter like miniature moonshiners. So these little rodents are moonshiners. Man, can you imagine a drunk rodent? I think that'd be funny just to watch the drunk rodent, but I don't know if that's to me that could be even animal cruelty.
Right, but it reminds me of when Groundhog Sam had a party in your office.
Groundhog Sam had a party in my office?
Yeah, remember when they got...
Yeah, you're so expensive. Look at those leaves. Hey, George, what are you doing over there? My God. Jeez Louise, you're going to be loaded.
I said Groundhog Sam had a party in my office. When I was away, I didn't even know that. He's drinking all the alcohol. I was wondering what happened to all my alcohol. I came back and go, who was drinking at my bar?
See, just wanted to let you know it wasn't me. All right, it wasn't me.
And finally, our last animal story of the day, our last one of the day. This month, late night host Stephen Colbert brought widespread attention to a viral clip that showed an orangutan driving a golf cart. And this is a real video of an orangutan driving a golf cart, and it's been online since at least September 2021. The video was taken in Dubai at the Menagerie, a collection of wild animals kept in captivity for exhibition. The orangutan in this video is called Rambo. And there aren't many specifics about Rambo, what his age is, how he ended up in Dubai, but there are several videos of Rambo driving the golf cart.
Look at him.
Look at him go.
That's wild to me.
Is he also have his foot on the gas? Look at him. He's turning the wheel like a taxi driver. Like a taxi driver. The only thing he's missing is a phone in his hand. He's like, yo, Joe, I'm coming home for dinner now,
That's wild.
That is wild. On Adamelia, a YouTube channel run by Sheikha Fatima to showcase the incredible wildlife in her beachside sanctuary. This is somebody's private home. Only in Dubai you would have this. There are several additional... Is that crazy? This is somebody's private home. There are several additional videos of Rambo. In one video, it's explained that Rambo has been driving since he was young, and then he's graduated from smaller toy vehicles up to golf carts.
Could you imagine playing golf and an orangutan is your golf cart driver? Look at him.
Can you imagine? Next thing they know, they teach him how to play golf, and you're like, "Hey, Brad, how was your round of golf?" And I get off the golf course, and I'm like, "I just lost to an orangutan."
That would be wild.
That would be wild. All right, that is our Fuzzy Monday headlines. In this edition of Tick-tock Time, I'm going to answer the questions about adjusting status with pending asylum, adoption, F1, F2, and TN visas. Let's watch. Yes, you have to withdraw your asylum claim before you complete your adjustment of status. If you don't, they will not approve your adjustment. You cannot have a pending asylum and adjust your status simultaneously. Once you file the adjustment, withdraw the asylum. It depends how old they are. The Child Citizenship Act of 2000 changed the immigration laws. Before 2000, parents had to make an application for their adopted children to become U.S. citizens. After 2000, it was automatic. An F1 is an unmarried son or daughter over the age of 21 of a U.S. citizen. An F2A is an unmarried son or daughter under the age of 21 of a permanent resident. That's the difference. It's not the length of the letter, it's what's in the letter. You have to show a full job description, show that your job is part of the TN visa program, show that you're qualified for that job, show that it's temporary in nature, and show that you're being paid the right salary. All right, you got an immigration question. I know I have an answer for you in our meat and potatoes and something we like to call me with your immigration question. Or something like that. We call it something like that. We call it getting answers to your immigration questions. All right, so we're going to start with Jay in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Jay.
Hello, hi, yes. My question is in regards to the percentage of 601 waivers that are accepted, and also how long do you expect I should wait for an answer?
Accepted. They accept every 601 waiver. How many get approved? I don't have a specific statistic on how many get approved. The 601 waiver, you have to prove extreme and unusual hardship to your spouse or your parent. Extreme and unusual would indicate to me something that's not usual. So just based on the words of the statute, unusual, you have to show unusual hardship. You would have to assume that less than 50% get approved. Because if you have to show usual hardship, then a majority would get approved. Yeah, it's usual. All these people have hardship. You have to show unusual hardship. Less than 50% get approved. I can tell you in my office more than 50% get approved, but nationally, what it is, I have no idea. How long does it take? About a little over a year these days.
Oh, I see. Okay. And at the beginning of the answer, you said spouse, parents, but also my children too, my adult children as well. They are qualified, right?
Well, it depends what you're doing the waiver on. What is the waiver based on? For what?
Oh, the waiver is for criminal background.
Okay. Well, how long ago was the criminal case?
The breaking of no contact order was in 2015.
15. No, it would only be based on hardship to your parents or hardship to your spouse, not your adult children.
Oh, so it wouldn't apply to my children.
Does not apply to your children. It would help only if the crime in which you are requesting a waiver on happened more than 15 years ago.
Oh, I see.
But if it's less than 15, it's just hardship to spouse and parent.
Oh, if it's less than 15, I see.
Right.
Okay. So I'll have to wait the 15 mark, and then I can apply again, right?
Well,
If this gets
I don't know.
denied?
I don't know what you're doing. So what you're saying is your adult children want to apply for you, but you want to do your waiver through your children. You're not going to be able to. Not until at least 15 years from the conviction of the criminal case, when you were found guilty.
Okay. And that must be 15 years counted from
the guilty plea.
Crime of moral turpitude?
Right, from the guilty plea, correct. Now, you have a crime of moral turpitude. Maybe it's a petty offense. I have no idea.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
All right. Sounds like you need a consultation.
It's at the most 1 year.
I'm telling you the truth. It sounds like you need
It's
a
at the most
consultation.
1 year.
I'm sorry?
I see. Yeah, I know the statute in Idaho. It says that's the max of 1 year sentence.
Okay, and did you go to jail?
Yes.
For how long?
It was 3 months max.
Okay. And what was the conviction for?
Breaking a no contact order. DV no contact order.
Breaking a domestic violence order. Okay. Well, it could be a petty offense, because a petty offense on a crime of moral turpitude is if the maximum sentence is 1 year or less and you spend less than 6 months in jail. It's a petty offense. You don't need a waiver. Yep. It could also perhaps, but it was not a probation violation, right?
No, it wasn't a probation violation. No, I went to my daughter's graduation, and lo and behold, my ex-wife was there.
Okay.
That's all.
So it could be considered domestic. I don't think it would be a domestic violence, because you didn't do anything violent to her, as far as I'm aware. So it sounds like it may even be a petty offense. Did you get deported?
Okay, so it could be.
Did you
It
leave?
could be a petty offense. It could be that the consulate's wrong.
It could be a petty offense. It may very well be. But I don't know if they're charging you as a person who was convicted of a domestic violence. There is no petty offense for a domestic violence case. There is petty offense for a crime of moral turpitude case. So it sounds like you maybe need a consultation. I don't know what you pled guilty to, and I don't know what the embassy's saying to you, but it sounds like you may need a consultation.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's go to Jurina in Syracuse.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Good. How's everything going?
Fabulous. Now that we got the show going, how are you?
Good. So my husband went for his interview today, but when we went back to check the case, it says refused. What does that mean?
Denied.
Well, they didn't. Some people are saying and they gave him a 221 G paper.
Denied.
Automatically? Why?
I don't know. Could be 100 reasons. Where was this?
Hades.
In Haiti. I don't know the answer on why it was denied. We can get in contact with the State Department and the U.S. Embassy and find out, but that means he was denied.
What is the Article 221 G?
Means that you're not eligible for your green card.
Why wouldn't he be eligible?
I don't know anything about your husband and you. How would I know? I don't have a magic 8-ball. Oh, I do have a magic 8-ball.
I understand
second.
that.
I have a magic 8-ball, but it still wouldn't tell me why he was denied.
Yeah, I don't understand. They gave him back all his documents and back his passport. And they told him to call UCIS.
I don't know why. I think you need a lawyer to find out.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if you don't know, I don't know, but we can find out.
All right. Thanks, Brad.
Okay, you're welcome. Joseph in Fort Lauderdale.
Hello?
How are you, Joseph?
I'm fine. Mr. Brad, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What's going on?
Okay, my sister filed for me. I got approval I-130. They want me to go to Barbados, pick up my papers. Can I get my papers in America?
Well, if you go to Barbados, you're not coming back. You know that.
Yes, I know that.
Okay. When did your sister file for you?
Yeah, my sister filed for me 2002.
2002. And I assume
Yes.
you've been here since when?
Since 1995.
And you overstayed your visa. I assume you have not been here legal for 25 years.
Yes.
Okay. And between 1995 and 2001, did you ever try to get a green card?
No.
Where is your mother and father?
My mother in Grenada and my father died.
Did either one of them ever try to get a green card?
No.
So nobody. The only filing you've ever done in your life is your sister in 2002.
Yes.
You cannot get your green card here. You're not grandfathered under 245I.
So that approval
Is
just
worthless.
leave it.
That approval at the moment is worthless unless the law were to change.
So if the law change,
The law
Come up to
changes,
you?
perhaps you can be helped. You know, for example, if they pass Plan C in the Build Back America, Build Back Better plan, which is what we talked about at the top of our show, since you've been here since 1995, you would get parole in place. And then presumably may be eligible to adjust through your sister's application, but certainly at the minimum, you would have a work permit and travel permission.
okay.
All right, so you have to hope this Plan C passes.
Okay.
All right, hang in there.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
let's go to Alex in Long Island.
Hi, Brad.
Alex in Long Island, 1 second. I have a problem here. Thing keeps falling. Keeps falling down on me. Having technical difficulties here. There we go. Go ahead, Alex.
Hi, Brad. Good night. How are you?
Good night. What's going on?
I'm just calling because I have one question. So, thank you for your good work. I have been calling. I've called several times on your show asking you for advice. You give me good advice.
Thank you.
Last week, Thursday, I went to my interview in Long Island, field office. I got the interview went well for my adjustment of status. I got approved like a couple minutes after when I got home and checked the status online. How long will I have to wait to receive my green card? It has been 3 days now since it's been approved.
Probably 8 weeks.
In the coming week?
I said 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Okay. All right. That's all I called.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go to Kay in Cincinnati.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good. What can I do to help you?
Okay, Brad. I was watching your TikTok video that you talk about if you have a pending asylum case, you need to withdraw it, and then if you have an adjustment of status also pending, you need to withdraw your asylum case before you can get they can process your green card for you. So I have an asylum pending case now, which I have to go to court, and then I'm asking, should I do termination of removal or I should do administrative close? Which one would it be good for me?
Well, you want to do either one, but if you're in court, that's a different situation than if you have a pending asylum and are not in court. Once you are in court, it's a different process than what I talked about on my TikTok. When you're in court, you and your wife need to file an I-130 visa petition. Prove that you are in a bona fide marriage. You're not filing a full adjustment. Or you can if you want to get a work permit. You can do that as well. But if you have a work permit through your asylum, you don't need it. When you go for your hearing before the judge, you're going to tell the judge, Judge, I have a pending I-130, or maybe it's already approved at that point. Do you want to, the judge is going to have 3 options. Administratively close the case, which means that the judge is keeping the case with the judge, and you get the I-130 approved, come back to the judge, and then adjust your status before the judge. That's one possibility. Another possibility is the judge will say, I'm terminating your removal, file your adjustment with USCIS. Or there's a third possibility, the judge says, come back in 6 months and tell me if it's approved or not. I'm not doing anything. Just schedule another interview, another master calendar hearing. So it depends on the judge.
Okay.
All right, but you got to
and
deal
then,
with this all before the judge.
Okay. And then the second one is I have Mr. misrepresentation on my case, and then I want to file 601A. So if I had a 601A, if the 601A is approved, do I have to go back to my country for the visa interview? Or
How did you come to the U.S.?
I came through the U.S.-Mexico border. I came to seek asylum.
Okay. When did you
Through
at the
that,
border?
yeah.
Did you apply for asylum, or you entered without inspection and months later applied for asylum?
Yeah, I did apply for asylum at the border. I went to the immigration.
All right. So
and
if you
told them
applied for asylum at the border, then you can adjust your status here.
Okay, so if the 601A is approved,
You're going to do the 601A before the judge.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, Brad.
Good
And
luck.
I love your show,
thank
and
you
you've
very
been
much.
giving me good advice.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to Mohammed in Chicago.
Hi, Brad. Happy New
Mohammed.
Year.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. My question is, my 5th year anniversary with my 10-year green card is 18th April 2022. When I put in the USCIS early filing calculator, it is showing me to file it on 18th January 2022.
What are you trying? I didn't understand the first part. Is this to get your 10-year card or your citizenship?
Yeah, I have my 10-year green card. I'm applying for citizenship this month.
Okay.
It is showing me 18th January 2022 to file.
Who's showing you this?
The citizenship calculator, USCIS online.
Okay. When did you get your green card?
18th April 2017.
How did you get your green card?
Through my parents who were U.S. citizens.
Okay, you could do your citizenship today. Don't worry about the calculator. It's wrong. Brad's right.
When can I do it?
Right now, today.
Right now?
Right now, within 90 days of January 18th, 2022. So you're fine. Don't worry about the calculator. It's incorrect.
So I can file any day, today or tomorrow, whenever.
Any day you want.
Okay, thank you very much, Brad.
Okay, that shows you how screwed up USCIS is. My brain's better than their calculator. Let's go to Benjamin in Newark, Delaware. Benjamin.
Hello, President.
Hi,
Hello,
how are you?
President. Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm doing good. I have a couple of quick questions for you real quick. So, I'm looking to file for an adjustment of status. However, I've had 3 interactions with law enforcement. I don't know if those interactions constitute crime involving moral turpitude. One was where the cop said I wasn't driving with a valid license. I went to court. He got dismissed. Second one, I was speeding to work. He said I was driving reckless. He arrested me, charged me, went to the county jail. I was fingerprinted, but I was released on my own recognizance. Went to court, pled no contest. They withheld adjudication, and I paid a $400 fine. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Good. The final interaction was when I just moved to Delaware, and I was speeding to the hospital, and cop pulled me over for speeding. Found out that it was because of improper equipment. I sought an attorney. She assisted, and she got it reduced on improper equipment. I paid the fine as well and got that result. So I don't know if those 3 interactions, what are the immigration consequences?
There are none. Just all you have to do is admit to all of them, bring in dispositions, but none of them are crimes of moral turpitude.
Good. Thank you, sir. I have a last question for you. I remember I was listening to your YouTube, one of your post videos, and you said to someone that if they have a criminal record or something, that USCIS is more inclined to not issue them an employment authorization. If I were to file for an adjustment and to file for an work authorization,
you should get your work permit. It's fine because you don't have anything inadmissible.
As well as my last question to you is, I recently...
By the way, this is your third last question, but I'll answer it.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I applied for an ITIN recently, reason being because I found out that when I went to the bank, I opened a savings account. They asked me to sign a WBEN, something like that, to saying that I
back up
my taxes basically good. So I was like, I want to pay my fair share. So I found out about the ITIN, and I was like, let me go and apply. My challenge is, and my worry is, I don't know if me applying for this ITIN would be of any ill consequences to me in the future.
No. So far, you have 3 concerns that are no concern.
Sounds good, sir. Thank you so much. You have a good
luck. Let's go to Kevin in Brooklyn. Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, I have two questions, Brad. So I have a pending adjustment of status, priority date, July 2021. When should I expect the work permit and the travel authorization?
You filed the adjustment July 2021. It should be about 6 to 7 months from the time you file.
So this month I should get the work permit.
You should. I don't know for a fact, but either this month or February. Any day.
Oh, and the travel authorization too?
Any day.
Okay, next question. Oh, so we're gonna file our tax, myself and my wife, but we have a child. How do you think we should go about it?
File your taxes. What do you mean? How did you go about it? File a joint tax return.
Yeah, but jointly, but we have a child together. We can put her jointly as well.
Who are you filing with? Your wife?
My wife, yes.
When you file a tax return, you add your child as a dependent.
Had the child as a dependent with me and my wife.
Yeah, file jointly.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's what I was checking about.
Okay. All right.
So you say expect the work permit and the travel documents together.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Stephen in Irvington, New Jersey.
Hi. Good evening, Brad.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. It's great. I've been a very great fan of your show.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask a question. I'm from Nigeria, and I came in 2019 with a B1, B2, and I wanted, because I watched one of your shows that spoke about the provisional waiver. I wanted to know if I could apply for the provisional waiver since I'm out of status right now.
Provisional waiver. Who's sponsoring you?
What did you say? I came in on the B1, B2. I came in for an holiday.
Okay, so the provisional waiver is after you get sponsored for a green card by a parent or a spouse, and you're ineligible to adjust your status, and you want to go home to pick up your green card and not have a 10-year bar. But there's no such thing as I just want to file for a provisional waiver because I overstayed and be able to get something. It's not how it works.
So what do you think I can do since I had overstayed right now?
I'm sorry?
So I said, what do you think I could do since I have overstayed right now?
I think you need to figure out how to get a green card. I don't have an answer for you.
All right.
All right. You need to have a consultation. We can find out more about you.
Okay, so how do I do that?
Hold on one second. Let's go to Anthony in Toronto, California.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, good night, Brad. My name is Anthony. I had a quick question for you.
Yes.
I am a U.S. citizen. I have 2 kids. Canadian-born boys. I was trying to have them do the CRBA, the Consulate Register Board Abroad.
Right.
Currently, I went on an interview at the consulate downtown Toronto, and I became a citizen after they were born.
So if you became a citizen after they're born, there's no, birth of a child born to a U.S. citizen because you weren't a U.S. citizen at their birth.
So on that basis, I was told I have to go the other route.
You have to file an I-130 visa petition for them, correct?
So the I-130
Yes.
and then follow the necessary steps?
Correct. And when they enter the U.S. with a green card to come live with you, they'll become automatic citizens.
No. So first thing I have to do is the I-130 and then...
You process them for a green card, which is starting with the I-130. When they enter the U.S., they'll be an automatic citizen. If you don't understand this part, you're not going to ever get them here. So I'd suggest have a consultation. Hold on. Let's go to Jesse in Brooklyn.
Hey, Brad. Thank you for taking my call, and I appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
My question is, so for my situation is, I was initially in removals a while back. I happened to get my VAWA approved about 2 years ago, and at the current stage of my process is we put in a motion to, remove proceedings, and then after that, we would do adjustment of status. So my VAWA got approved back in 2020, June of 2020, and pretty much the next, I'm just waiting on, I guess, the removals to be.
What do you mean the removal?
A motion to be.
You're in removal now.
Technically speaking, yes.
You had an order of deportation entered against you.
Correct.
All right, so you want to make a motion to reopen. That's what you are doing.
Yeah, sorry, motion to reopen, yes.
Right, okay. So your question is what?
And my question is, A, now that I got my VAWA approved, A, is it a certainty that it would get? Okay, so there's still a chance that I get denied.
Sure. There's no certainties in life. There's only two certainties in life, death and taxes.
Okay, fair enough. And then typically if it does get approved, how long after then will I expect to get, I guess, the adjustment of status of the green card interview after that?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're doing on your case. You have a VAWA approved. You made a motion to reopen your case based on what? I have no idea. If your case is reopened, a motion to reopen just puts you back to the beginning of your removal hearing. I don't even know why you were in removal in the first place. But let's just assume it was because you overstayed your time and did nothing else. I have no idea.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, you're asking me to tell you one day you're going to get a green card, and the only things I know about you is you have an approved VAWA, and we figured out that you have a motion pending to reopen your case. After that, I know nothing about you. In a million years, I would never be able to tell you when you're going to get a green card, based on those two small pieces of information. Now, I can tell you generally the next process is hopefully you did a good motion to reopen and it's granted. You go before an immigration judge. How long will that take? I don't even know where you're in removal. Every state's different. Let's assume you go before an immigration judge. The judge is either going to say, I want to do the adjustment myself. I want to send it back to USCIS. There's 150 million things that could happen. First thing you got to do is get your case reopened. That puts you back to the beginning of removal. But in terms of timeline, I don't have the slightest idea.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
thank you.
James in Cliffside Park.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I have a question. We just applied to I-485 and I-130 with my wife. Interview in May 25. And they approved I-130 because I was in the removal proceeding. We applied on the court, and then IJ terminated my removal proceeding, and I notified the back. And in the November 2nd, 2021. So how long is it going to take to schedule the interview?
I don't know. Every question is when am I getting a green card? How would I know when you're going to get a green card? You were in removal. The judge terminated it. You have an approved I-140. Did you file an adjustment application? When was that done?
It's applied together already.
Where did you file your adjustment application? Where?
Together with the I-130.
Where? Where do you live? In New Jersey. Did you file it with the Vermont Service Center?
Is it that?
Chicago
I don't
lockbox?
recall. It happened 2 years actually.
Okay. When did the judge terminate your removal proceedings? Sir, when?
2021.
When? What month? Hold on, you need a consultation. Let's go to Perry in Charlotte, North Carolina. Perry. 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 Hold on, Perry. Let's go to Deanna in Hartford.
Hello, good night.
Hi, how are you?
Happy New Year. I'm good. I have a question. I did my citizenship last year, the 5th of May last year. And until now, I didn't get a call to swearing. I don't know what's going on.
When did you do it? May?
May of last year.
Okay.
8 months
Do you have a
now.
receipt notice from immigration?
Yeah, I have everything, yeah.
Okay, I mean...
But every time I go on the site, it's telling me you're in line for to swearing, but
To swear in or to go for an interview?
no, I already did the interview.
You did the interview when?
In May of last year.
May of 2021.
21.
And you still haven't sworn in yet?
No.
And you passed for sure?
Yes, I passed and I get the slip. And every time I go on the website, it's telling me that I'm in line to swearing. And I keep calling.
Sounds like you got forgotten about to me.
And every time I call them, that's what they tell me.
You can call till the cows come home. You're not even speaking to immigration when you call them.
I do the info pass, and I don't know what.
The only thing you can do is threaten a mandamus to swear you in.
Okay, and what is that, sir?
You say, I'm going to sue you, government. You're not doing your job. I passed the citizenship interview 7 months ago. You haven't sworn me in yet.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I would do. I'd threaten a mandamus. Threaten to sue them. I can do that. Hold on. Let's go to John in Alexandria.
Hi, Brad. Thank you so much for your time and for your services. I have a quick question. I have a pending asylum since 2014, and before that I was on J1. So now, I had an incident, and I talked to a few lawyers, and they said you are eligible for U visa. So I wanted to know, usually how long it takes, and what would happen to the previous case.
You can do a U visa. You can have both the asylum and the U visa pending, whichever comes first. But U visas may take 5, 6, 7 years.
To get the visa, or to get be eligible for green card, or
to get the visa, and then you need 3 more years after you get the visa to get your green card. U visas take forever, as long as asylum or longer.
Okay, so during that, what would happen to work permit?
Well, your work permit you would continue your work permit through asylum.
Okay, so thank you so much. That was my question. Okay. Thank you.
Let's go to Gaston in Vancouver, Washington.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. I got a question. A year ago, on 2021, January 2021, I got married with American citizen woman, and at the end of March, we sent all the application. 130, 45, I guess, and 765. So, long story short, they received all my applications, and they sent me a notice at the beginning of April. And last November 2021, I went to the immigration building, to give my fingerprints and my picture. I'm still waiting for my work permit. Do you know anything about it? I mean, how long do I have to still waiting for the
Gaston, my
work?
apologies. I missed the last 5 minutes. Wire keeps falling out. Go backwards.
Okay.
Start again. I apologize.
Yeah, I was saying in January 2021, a year ago, I got married with an American citizen.
Right.
So in March, we filed all my adjustment of status papers. So on last November, I had my appointment for my biometrics and the USCIS processing center, and I'm still waiting for my work permit. Do you know how long it's going to take about?
When did you file? What year? What month and year?
2021. It was on April 2nd.
Did you get any letter back like you were missing documents or anything?
I got RFE.
RFE? When did you get the RFE?
On June, and I sent all the papers, and they sent me the confirmation that they received it. Yeah.
When?
It was in August.
Okay.
At the beginning of August.
Count 6 to 8 months from August, because your application is not considered filed till you responded to the RFE. So all that time you were was wasted until the RFE was returned. 6 to 8 months from August.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And by the way, if you didn't get your immigration questions asked and answered, you could always follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. You follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. You could drop me a DM and I'll try to answer your question privately between me and you, or I'll tell you to have a consultation if it's really long and complicated and I can't answer it in 1 or 2 sentences. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I say you need a consultation. Depends on how long and complicated you're asking me. Also, you can follow me at Bradshaw Live. If you follow me at Bradshaw Live, you can't handle 2 hours of this. You can handle 2 minutes. Follow us at Bradshaw Live on Instagram. And also follow us on our fastest growing social media platform, TikTok at Bradshaw Live. You follow us on TikTok at Bradshaw Live. You can leave your question in the comments or in the question and answers, and you may very well get a video response from me that'll be seen by hundreds of thousands of people. And Jonathan.
Yep, you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And later, we are going to visit the New York City Lantern Festival, where a student from China has made sure that the beauty of Chinese lanterns can be enjoyed in America to celebrate the new year. Jonathan?
Yes, I'm here now. Can you hear me?
Now I do, yes.
Okay, all right. And in today's VIP outtake, Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and DACA recipient Lord Africana tells us why it's so important for him to start speaking out about his undocumented immigration status.
I always thought it was amazing when I see like actors that were immigrants or like models and stuff or creators that were just undocumented, and I always use that as the gasoline to keep going. So I'm like, if I can give somebody else that kind of motivation, then that's why I wanted to write it. I wanted to lay out the details, write the story, so people that read it could just, be inspired by it. I feel like we're at a time where there needs to be a diversity of the narrative. Like, it can't just be the immigrant criminal. It can't just be the immigrant who's looking for asylum. I think it's more than that. I think there's depth to the immigrant story, the immigrant journey. I think Americans kind of forgotten their actual superpower, which is the ability to create this melting pot. There's this ability to take on different cultures, take on different people. There's power in telling your own story. There's power in kind of communicating your flaws and your issues and your problems. And for me, in doing so, I feel like it's empowering for me. I've spent a lot of years learning how to kind of keep things to myself and keep things under wraps and hide things. So now I'm just getting to a point in my own life where even beyond the immigration, just personally, I'm able to kind of peel those things back and say, hey, this is me.
All right, this is a part of the show where we check in social media with your issues, problems, and questions, and something that we like to call social media check-in. Let's check it out.
All right, first one, Anna Lee Parker, Facebook VIP member. My 25-year-old cousin and her 4-year-old son was recently denied F1, F2 visa. The college told her to try again because classes begin in January. However, she thinks it's too early. Do you think she should try again? By the way, the embassy said that she didn't have any ties to her country, but her dad recently died, leaving her a house. What other ties would she need?
She needs to show that she's going to return to her home country. Having a house potentially could be a reason to return. If you do the same exact thing over and over and expect a different result, that's insanity. So I think she should have a consultation with somebody and figure out what else she can document to show her ties. I don't know anything about her. But just to go back and do the same thing again, I wouldn't suggest that.
Okay. Pramit Maharjan on YouTube. I am about to file my I-140 for green card processing, the EB3, but my dependent is not in the USA. What would be the best way to include my wife as a dependent and bring her to the USA?
How's he getting sponsored?
Pramit is about to file the I-140 for green card processing, but the dependent is not in the USA.
That's fine. Add your wife to the I-140 visa petition. After you adjust your status here, your case can be transferred to wherever your wife is, and she can follow to join you.
Pavan Vulanki on YouTube. Currently, I'm out of status. My uncle is a citizen over there. or over here. He will be providing required documents to my parents to visit the USA from home country. Does this in any way affect me?
No.
David Ogbu on YouTube. What age can you go for a USCIS medical exam, and what kind of medical?
Anybody over 14. And what kind of medical? They're checking to make sure you don't have communicable diseases. And you're vaccinated.
Hannah's on Alman Ansub on YouTube. Do you have any idea if they will cancel hearings in Michigan for denial of asylum because of COVID-19?
I have no idea what's going to happen with COVID tomorrow.
Share on YouTube. If the copy of my U.S. citizenship or U.S. citizen spouse birth paper shows void copy, is that still acceptable?
No, it's a void copy. No, it's a void copy.
So it shows void copy. I guess it's like showing that it's a copy of the birth certificate and not like the actual.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. A photocopy is fine. They'll ask for the original if they want it.
Okay. Naked Wire on Facebook. I did my fingerprints for my citizenship 321 days ago. Is there anything you could do to help me?
No, not at the moment.
Steve Kahn on Facebook. My mom sponsored me in the 2016 F1 category. My I-130 got approved and my papers are over by the NBC. Any idea how much longer we're going to have to wait?
What country is he in?
Does not say.
Could be anywhere.
Steve Kahn.
Where? Kahn?
His name's Steve Kahn.
All right, could be Guyana, could be Trinidad, could be India. Could be anywhere in the world. I don't know. 1 to 3 years.
Okay. Claire Anders on Facebook. I'm in final order of removal and have an application in my but my mom died last week. Is there anything I can do about going home for the funeral?
Her application is in for adjustment of status?
For a final order of removal.
No, if
She's
you're
in final order of removal.
If you're
and
in
has an
removal, they want you to leave. So yes, they'll be thrilled for you to leave. You just can't come back. You're self-deported.
Okay. And last one, Kitty on YouTube. Can I bump up in my mom's space who died in September? Her interview date was October 26th. My sister filed for us, but I filed before my mother. What can we do?
Your sister filed for you separately? The answer.
So I believe the sister filed for the mom and the sister separately because the mother has a priority date or the interview.
Okay, all right. Yeah, the answer is there's nothing you can do. You can't somehow take over your mother's case because she's deceased. You were never included on that case to begin with. Your sister. That's why your sister filed separately for you. That's it?
Yep.
All right. So in 2018, Hakun Lu, a student from China attending graduate school at New York University, founded the New York City Lantern Festival so that Americans can enjoy the traditional part of New Year's celebrations in China. We went to visit the festival and learn a little bit more about it. Let's watch.
Jordan. I am the marketing assistant for Clayto Arts and Entertainment Group, the producers of the NYC Winter Lantern Festival. This is our event at Snug Harbor, which is titled Escape. Our founder, Hakun Liu, he grew up in China and he came to America as a grad student at NYU, and he noticed at Christmas time that there were a lot of lights around the city, but having grown up in China, they traditionally celebrate the New Year with lanterns. He felt like that was missing from the festivities and from the light shows available in New York, and he wanted to share that with the New York community. So he got some investors, he talked to Snug Harbor, and in 2018, while he was still a grad student, he got the first NYC Winter Lantern Festival up and running right here at Snug Harbor. frame with painted silk, hand-painted silk stretched over them. They are then transported here where the artisans come with them and help assemble them over here in New York. The lanterns are all handmade, so that artistry is something that's really incredible to see, especially if you get up close and you can see some of the details. It's fun. It's a way to get out of the house for the night and do something outside, which especially, you know, with what's going on, people are looking for more outside activities to do. We have food, we have a gift shop. Fortunately, because of COVID, we couldn't get enough visas for performers to come over, but there are usually traditional Chinese cultural performances as well. So a lot of people really like the pandas. We have a really cool sea monster. We also have a telephone booth that is interactive. You can go inside it and take pictures. We also have some swings that you could swing on. I'm also just a big fan of flowers, so all of the various flowers we have scattered throughout the site are some of my favorites. Staten Island has really appreciated our Lantern Festival. That's why we've been back 3 years in a row. We actually did win an award from the State Assembly for our contributions to the Staten Island community. We get people from all over. We get people from New Jersey. We've gotten people from all over the country. We've gotten families with little kids. We've gotten older people. We've gotten the millennial Gen Z crowd. We've gotten people of all different backgrounds. People want to come because they want to eat the Chinese food. They want to have the cultural experience. In the new year, the lanterns represent luck, health, and wealth.
All right. By the way, Chinese New Year is on February 1st. And as we get closer to the holiday, we will hear from the creator of the New York City Lantern Festival, Hakun Lu himself, about his experience living, studying, and working in the United States. You ready for social media check-in?
No, I'm ready for...
You're ready for speed round. Social media speed round. Kind of threw me off what's on here. It's just speed round, not social media speed round. All right, speed round. Kind of threw me off with what's written here. I'm just following along, Jonathan. I'm just following along.
You were just making sure I was paying attention.
That's right. That's right. All right, you ready? Let's do it.
Yep. How long does it take to receive a work permit on a U visa?
Until your U visa is approved, but they're now doing it much faster, maybe 6-9 months.
Can someone get a green card because their U.S. citizen child is critically ill?
No.
Can I apply for advanced parole if my asylum application is pending?
Yes.
How long does it take to receive a renewed employment card?
6 months.
Does a couple need an affidavit of support if the husband is not employed?
Yes.
Can I work with a visa or do I need a green card?
Depends what the visa is.
How long after submitting my documents to NVC will I get an appointment date?
I don't know.
Can my green card holder mom file for me since I'm here?
Yes.
Can a 10-year permanent resident file for a parent?
Yes. Permanent resident parent? No. The answer was no. I blew up. Blow me up. I got the answer wrong anyway. I was trying to answer it before Jonathan finished it. Permanent resident could not file for your parent. Blow me up. Come on, Ian. Do it. Do it. Jill said she will not blow me up.
Good.
Yeah. All right. We're a little rusty.
We got this. It's
We were a
all
little
good.
rusty. Ian started the clock early too. We only had like 47 seconds. Not that.
Ooh.
Had he, you know, we needed that extra 3 seconds today because we were a little rusty from being
Would have
off.
got it with the extra 3
Probably
seconds.
would have. All right. Comments of the day, Jonathan? We have any comments?
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
All right, our first comment of the day.
There you are.
All right, our first comment of the day comes from saying, I'm celebrating my new year today because you are back with the show, so it is a celebrating moment.
Aw, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, our second comment of the day. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, saying, everyone is happy that Brad is back. They're ready to get their questions answered. You're the best ever.
Aw, I'm happy that Carol Anderson, the Tiger's back in the comment section. We haven't, right? We haven't. I mean, she's always in the comment section, but we haven't had a top comment of the day from her in a while. She's usually good for the. She has more top comments of the day than anybody, I think.
This is true.
Right? If I had to take a guess.
She's holding the crown and the title. All right, our third comment of the day comes from Salah Ahmed saying, Happy New Year to all of you from Kenya.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well.
Yes, and our last comment of the day comes from Denisha Joseph saying, Brad, you need a shave, please.
Dang. I had 2 people say they liked me with the beard too today, but she doesn't.
Listen, we can't make.
You remember?
everybody
I
happy.
remember Cordella Douglas once when I had a long beard. She said she was going to hold me down and shave me with like a broken glass. I'm like, I don't want that to happen. And I'm like, I'm getting.
And you can't
I
shave
went and got a razor quickly. I'm like, I don't want to be held down with broken glass. No way. All right. Who said that again? Who wants me?
Denisha.
Denisha Joseph?
Yep.
Tomorrow you'll see me clean shaven, Denisha, just for that comment. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I don't have to do everything around here.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm, located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465.